Just got my hands on all the iPhone 17, iPhone 17 Pro, iPhone 17 Pro Max, and iPhone 17 Air colors. Shout out to ZONEofTECH as always for sending these over. Now, just to be clear, these are non-functional dummy units. They're empty on the inside, and these are what case manufacturers make in order to test their cases ahead of a phone's release. But they should still give us a really good idea of what to expect design and dimension-wise from the entire iPhone 17 lineup. And based on previous years, these have been pretty much spot on. Now, we've already made a video of some iPhone 17 case models back in May, but what's new about these ones is that not only do they show us the alleged final colors, but they also come with a couple of extra design tweaks that should give us the final picture of the entire iPhone 17 lineup that's coming next month. And I want to start off with the iPhone 17 Pro, as I feel like this and the 17 Pro Max is what most people will be getting this year. First off, we've got the new colors, which on our dummy units are the classic black and silver, plus these two new colors, this midnight blue and this lovely peachy orange. These new colors do align with some previous reports that we've seen, although I should mention that the final shade would likely be slightly different on the final retail unit, similar to what we've seen in the past with the retail units having a much nicer color. However, the case model colors were still pretty close in the past. I'm not just talking about the blue here. For example, if we compare the black 17 Pro with the black 15, we can see that they're quite close, although still a bit different. So I do expect the retail units to have this exact black that Apple's using right now. Now, out of all of these colors, my favorite one has to be the blue, which does kind of remind me of the iPhone 12's Pacific Blue, which to this date is one of my favorite ever iPhone colors. In fact, I even prefer this 17 Pro Blue over the 12 Pro's Pacific Blue, as this one's far more navy, which I do really like. I do see this being the most popular Pro color of the year. As for the orange, this does kind of remind me of the iPhone XR's orange, just better, as it's more peachy rather than pink. Again, the retail color will almost certainly be even nicer, although I am already a big fan of this orange too. Let me know down below which one's your favorite color. Now, another change is the position of the Apple logo, which is no longer in the middle, but rather towards the bottom. This may seem at first like a very odd move, until you remember this leak, the weird MagSafe wallet cutout in the middle. And when you take that into account, the Apple logo would actually be centered with that, and hence it would make way more sense. But then, why isn't that MagSafe wallet-like cutout on these dumb units too? Well, you see, what these case models really need to be is just a design that gives case manufacturers the correct dimensions. So things like the button placements, the camera module arrangement, and the Apple logo for case cutouts. These are very important aspects, but things like the glass MagSafe wallet-like patch, that wouldn't really make a difference to case manufacturers at all. Reason why that's not on these dummy units right here. Now, there have been some rumors that this is for reverse wireless charging support, basically letting users know that, hey, this is where you can place your AirPods or Apple Watch to charge them wirelessly. Other than that, everything is just like we've seen leaked for a while now, with the large rectangular camera island that's got a glossy glass surface as opposed to the matte frosted glass surface like the rest of the back is. Yeah, I'm still not a fan of how this looks with the lenses not being in the middle, but hey, at least we do get way less table wobble than before. Dimensions wise, these new case models are actually way thicker at 8.8mm as opposed to the previous 8.5. A pretty significant 0.5mm increase from the iPhone 16 Pro's 8.3mm body, which seems to confirm that rumor that we are getting noticeably larger batteries. Which brings me to the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now, color-wise, we're getting the same ones as with the Pro, so black, silver, this lovely navy blue, and then this peachy orange. And seeing all these colors just made me realize that our glossy gravity pack from our app wallpapers, made by our designer Michael Swengel, is a perfect fit for these new iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max colors. Oh, and by the way, we offer the highest quality wallpapers on the market. 1x1 8K, which you can apply on your smartphone, tablet, desktop, and anything else really. They're all made by our designers, and over 200 of them are available to download for free. No ads as well, by the way. Simply use the link below to download our app wallpapers on iOS and Android. Now, I guess one of the changes that I haven't mentioned with the Pro models is that the frame is now said to be made out of aluminium instead of titanium, so it should be significantly lighter than before. although it will still be a big phone by any means. One that's also rumored to come with a 5000 mAh battery, reason why its thickness is also 8.8 millimeters. Although, other than that, and its much bigger 6.9-inch display as opposed to 6.3, there are no more differences expected compared to the smaller Pro model. And then we've got probably the most interesting model of all, the iPhone 17 Air, the replacement for the old Plus model, and also Apple's thinnest iPhone ever made. The colors are quite different from the Pro models. We do still have the same black and silver colors, but then instead of that deep blue and orange colors, we have these pastel versions. And I don't think I actually mind this. I think the blue looks really nice. It's got this calming feeling to it, while the orange is more of like gold and also very pastel. I mean, maybe Apple's intentionally making these colors lighter to, emphasize that the phone itself is also lighter. Speaking of measurements, I cannot measure the weight accurately since there are no components inside, but what I can measure is the thickness, which surprisingly is 5.5 millimeters on this case model as opposed to 5.9, which is what our previous case model from May was. Now, that one was also bent a bit, so it could be why the measurements were off. What this means is that at 5.5 millimeters, if this is indeed the thickness of the iPhone 17 Air when it launched in September, it will actually be thinner than the Samsung Galaxy S25 Edge, which measures in at 5.8. In fact, if I put them side by side, you can indeed see that the iPhone 17 Air is thinner than the S25 Edge. Although we do need to remember that it also only comes with one camera module instead of two, and also a smaller battery, at least according to the latest reports. Oh, also the USB-C port doesn't seem to be in the middle. Instead, it is closer to the back than to the display, matching what the latest leaks have been saying. Other than that, I do really love the way this feels in the hand. It is indeed crazy thin, and I would love to daily drive this as my main next iPhone for the next year, although I don't think I'll be able to live with just one camera module and a super small battery, so yeah, probably not. I'm still gonna give it a go for a few weeks, so make sure you subscribe to see my thoughts on using it as soon as it comes out. And this brings me to the iPhone 17. Visually, this isn't really changing from the iPhone 16, aside from the colors. The black and silver look to be the same, but the vibrant blue, which I was a massive fan of, that's looking like it will be replaced by this way more subtle baby blue, which I don't mind. It's much stronger than the iPhone 15 blue used to be, which was borderline white, so I do prefer it over that, although I still think the iPhone 16 blue was just way better. Then the green is actually a completely different shade. Rather than being mint green, at least the dumb unit, is a lime green, which I do think looks quite good. Although, I do find it way more suitable for a younger audience as opposed to the more mature mid-green of before. As for the pink, this to me looks pretty much identical to the iPhone 16 pink, but then again, keep in mind that these case models were never 100% accurate in terms of the colors, so we may still see some slight shade differences here and there, something to keep in mind. Also, I don't know if you spotted this, but the Apple logo is still in the center on the base iPhone 17 models and the iPhone 17 Air. So it's only off-centered on the Pro models, which are also the only ones expected to get that MagSafe wallet-like cutout for reverse wireless charging. As for the measurements of these latest case models, they seem to be 8mm thick, as opposed to 8.1 like our previous iPhone 17 case models from May. Still, even this would be a decent increase from the 7.8mm body of the iPhone 16s, probably due to the battery size increase in the base models as well. So, having said all of this, let me know what your favorite iPhone 17 color and model is. And if you have enjoyed this video, a like would be super appreciated as it does help out the algorithm, and you subscribe if you want to see more iPhone 17 related content. Also, if you want to get a really cool looking wallpaper, you know where to find it for free as well. I'm Daniel, this means ZONEofTECH, and I'll see you guys in the next one. ZONEofTECH, signing out. Cheers.